Hey there, what's going on, guys? Welcome back. It's your boy Johnny Go Vroom. I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up as to what we're going to be doing with this episode. I've actually sold my Begode Master version 4. Believe it or not, I sold it. I absolutely loved that thing, but I had to let it go. And this episode, we're going to talk about what I loved about it, and we're going to talk about letting it go, and we're going to talk about why. And before we get into that, I just want to... You guys, I just want to give a shout out to PEV Connection. So check that out, and then we'll check that out.
I want to give a big shout out to the PEV Connection. If they were closer, I would not be going through this mess. I kid you not. I am now extracting bearings because I botched a tire swap so bad and left soap in the rim, and that soap and water dripped down into the side of the wheel and ruined my bearings, rusted them straight out. Anyway, look, if you have the luxury of being next to the PEV Connection, if they are close to where you are, listen to me, hear me, go and let them do your damn tire change.
If you don't know, the PEV Connection, located right here in Clearwater, Florida, offers not only sales of personal electronic vehicles, so like scooters, e-bikes, and electronic unicycles. I think they've even got some used one-wheels. They do used stuff on their website. They do repairs for all of the stuff that they sell, which is amazing because you love that. And they'll even do repairs on stuff they don't sell. So guys, if you don't want to end up like me, hit up the PEV Connection. They'll get you sorted out if you need an electric unicycle at a brick and mortar here locally in Florida, or if you need a repair, they're just going to get you sorted, guys. I mean, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Don't be like me. Don't be hard-headed. Don't be a fool. Don't be a moron. Don't be a stupido. Don't be a imbecile, okay? Don't be like me. Just do the easy thing. If you can get it repaired, get it repaired. If you live in Florida, the choice is quick. PEV Connection. So if you've been watching the video so far, then this does not come to you as any surprise. But this is the last ride you'll ever see me on with my beloved Master V4. I've actually had two of these Masters. The very first one that came out, and then this, the version 4, which I picked up through a partnership with Begode at one point in time. The first Master, if you guys haven't been riding long enough to be around since when the Master came on the scene, man, that thing was so exciting. Everybody was so pumped. Everybody was like, man, this wheel is pushing it to the limits, and it did. It was the fastest, most torquiest wheel at the time. Before that, we were having to make a compromise between torque with a C38 motor, and then was it C38 and then C34 or something? C32, C32, and then a C38 motor. So that's what it used to be on like the RS and on the EXN. And then the Master came along, and dude, it was just rocking everybody's world. It was such an amazing platform. Everybody clamored for it. I was so excited to have it. It literally changed my life. So excited. And I kind of feel like that's where we're at the edge of, again, kind of another transformative situation. But yeah, what I'm really gonna miss is the stability of the 20-inch platform. You know, if you're a wheelhead, then in my opinion, you need a 22, you need a 20, you need a 16, you need a 14, you need all of them. If you're a wheelhead, and that I am. And I don't have a 20-inch wheel in my stable right now, and that's a little saddening. So I'm looking forward to restocking that. Oh, and by the way, this wheel, the one that you see me riding right now, it was the final revision, right? There had been 4 revisions by the time it got to this wheel. So it had set the standard for what the performance expectations should be. Like, we knew where the shortcomings were with the first Master iterations, with the hardware, with the metal stuff, the linkages, the suspension. We knew where all the shortcomings were. And so it was refined, and it was refined, and it was refined. And by the time this version 4 came out, man, this thing would just zip. It had a C38 motor, the one that I had. It was available with a C40 motor, but for me, the C38 was light and really made this wheel all that it could possibly be and all that it really needed to be. I mean, for an Enduro class wheel, It was absolutely phenomenal. Since it was refined like 4 times, the thing had been perfected, right? Like under the hood, the thing had a 36 MOSFET board, and that's the sort of power management that you would expect from much, much bigger wheels, much bigger motors, much bigger batteries. And like I said before, if you were lucky enough to get the C38 motor like I did instead of the heavier C40, then you had a ridiculously lightweight, responsive, and just a ludicrous wheel. And because it was like the first real high performance suspension wheel, it pulled so much attention from the aftermarket world. Guys, everybody was clamoring. People bought printers, at home 3D printers, to start to work for what the Master could potentially be turned into. You know, with the Grizzla people chiming in, with the Clark people chiming in, with the Nylanova people chiming in, and even the EUCU people from Russia chiming in with their fiberglass shells, custom linkages, you know, pedal adjustments, pads, shocks, suspension, lengthening kits, you name it, man. The aftermarket was rich, and still is for the Begode Master. So, you know, I'm just going to deviate for a second. I'm going to talk about this in another video. I'm definitely going to go back to this topic, but I really wish that beyond just the physical aftermarket stuff that Begode permits, doesn't permit, because we just do that of our own volition. We just make it happen. That's what we do, right? And if though they would allow for people to mod the firmware, right? Like if they released the firmware and made it all open source for all of the wheels that they have, I think that they would see such a strong surge of support from the DIY community, because they are locking off a humongous portion of the DIY community that might be software tinkerbugs that can truly contribute to what these wheels are capable of. No lie. The 100-volt wheels were never maximized. The 134-volt wheels were never maximized or optimized. And this just carries all the way up. We just keep on dropping more numbers without truly optimizing the motors for the firmware for what we've got going on. You know, so I just wanted to mention that. I know I keep on running on and on, so I'm just gonna knock out the rest of them here, okay? So I'm gonna miss the fact that I could throw on a Shinko 244 and it would not grind the battery boxes. The fact that this thing has an EX30 platform, as far as like the chassis, and the battery boxes are super wide, it means you never get rubbing. It just works, man. I'm gonna miss the fact that this thing was practical with its speed. You know, the wheel was plenty fast for my needs, but not so insanely fast that I felt like I was gonna land on the radar of the local police, which the GT Pro did to me, man. It didn't do it to me, I did it to myself, but the GT Pro invited it. It's the perfect balance of thrill and practicality, man, the Master version 4. And ultimately, why am I selling it? It's honestly because I've got to keep the stable fresh, dudes. That's the nature of the channel. I always need these wheels coming in, and I don't want people to feel like this hobby is a game of chasing the next wheel per se. It's not about how many you own, okay? I really want to make that clear. It's about finding the one you love and enjoying that ride, you know? So please don't get into the wheel chasing situation. And look, I'm really gonna miss this one. The acceleration, the stability, the look. I mean, I've got it customized to the ends, man. I'm gonna miss the feeling of being part of that fraternity, one of the first waves of riders who embraced high power, high speed enduro wheels. And this wheel will always have a place in history, and that's how it's gonna be remembered. But if you haven't heard, I am moving on to the Begode race, and I feel like it's the same thing all over again. Lots of excitement. The new platform that's gonna set the stage for what it's supposed to be. And, you know, while it's been through the impersonal chatbot, they have been keeping me updated and in the loop about the delivery of the product. And the way I see it, the race feels like the next Master. It's Begode's new flagship, the natural successor to everything this wheel stood for. And for me, that's super duper exciting. Thanks so much, guys, for hanging, for vibing, for subscribing, for liking. If you haven't, please do so. It helps. Let's overthrow these YouTube algorithm gods, man. Let's take sensible EUC riding to everyone. Cheers, guys. Stay up. We'll talk again soon. Your boy Johnny. Peace.
I wish you love and happiness.
and above all else, I will always love you. I will always love you.